Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here. Before I get started with this particular video that I do want to make for you guys, I do want to let you all know again that the article that I'm going to be talking about in today's video will be provided in the description down below for everyone to take a look at, of course. Also, please feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below as well. I would be really happy to see your opinions about the particular subject that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Please feel free to share this video with anyone that might be interested, whether it be on Facebook, Google+, Tumblr, Reddit, Yahoo, or wherever you guys hang out. And as usual, I thank you in advance for doing so. Now, when it comes to Christian fundamentalists in this country that we live in and an actual education, they do not mix in any way, shape, or form. Because let's face it, Christian fundamentalists in this country don't want to have anything to do with science. They don't want anything to do with evolution, and they for sure don't want anything being taught to their kids involving science. Because they are under the assumption that science and evolution are basically invented by the devil to deceive society as we know it. Now, I think that it's pretty safe to say that between you and I, these claims are absolutely ridiculous because let's face it, there are no facts to support these claims in any way, shape, or form. Yet these Christian fundamentalists continue to spew this nonsense as if it were important. They want their children to learn from the Bible and that particular education is the only education that they have a right to learn. Now, I personally disagree with that notion because the Bible really doesn't teach children anything as far as an education is concerned. It teaches them a lot about myths, fairy tales, and that's about it. But yet the Christian fundamentalists in this country are in denial and they will continue to deny these things till their grave, basically. And I think that is rather pathetic. Which is why I wanted to share this next article with you guys in the first place, because it is another prime example of how Christian fundamentalists really don't want to have anything to do with science in any way, shape, or form. And they are willing to do anything and everything to keep their kids from learning actual science and having a good education. Now, in the past, I had talked about a certain Republican who was running for office, and he wanted to create these policies that gave him the power to literally yank his daughter out of the classroom if he learned that they were teaching her evolution. Now, in that video, I was completely against that position, and in all honesty, I still am. Because when it comes to the education of children, I think that they are being robbed. And Christian fundamentalists don't really care if their children are being robbed of their education, because all they are interested in is teaching their children about their Bible or about their religion. And then at the same time, they have the audacity to consider these things education. Now, I do have to disagree with this because there's no facts to support their Bible. There's no facts to support their religion in any way, shape, or form. And that is why I wanted to share this next article with you guys, because I want more people to become aware of the intentions of Christian fundamentalists in this country. So with that said, I'm going to share a part of this article with you guys so that you can get a better idea of what is going on at this particular moment. Now, in what may be the first of its kind, a proposed bill in Missouri would require that parents be notified when evolution is being taught to their children at school. They could then pull them from the class. Critics say the bill would eviscerate the teaching of biology. Now, I do have to agree because this can be incredibly damaging for two reasons. One, I have said this many times before, children are being robbed of their education. And two, if Christian fundamentalists get their way and actually get these bills passed, there's probably not going to be any children in the classrooms to teach evolution to, and I think that this is going to be very damaging. The bill is being sponsored by State Representative Rick Bratton, a Republican, and it had its first public hearing on February 13th, 2014. Though many anti-evolution proposals are currently being considered across the United States, unfortunately, this one appears to be the only bill, and perhaps the first, that actually mandates parental notification when evolution is being taught to their children. Now, in all honesty, I think that this is a crime. I think that this shouldn't happen in the first place. I think that these Christian fundamentalists have no right to do these things to children. But unfortunately, I do have to admit that it is within their right to yank these children out of the classroom and put them in Christian schools. I realize that, but I still am against it, and I think that these Christians should literally take a moment to think about what they are doing to their children. Because these children can be astrophysicists, they can be biologists, they can be theoretical physicists, they can come up with new inventions, they could be the future mathematicians, so on and so forth. But if these religions get their way, they're going to hold society back. They're not going to let children have an education. They're not going to let children develop for a better tomorrow. And I think that this is a problem. Now I'm going to share that previous video I had made about this very subject in the description down below as well, along with this article. And I hope that one day Christians realize that what they are doing is wrong and that children have to pay for this nonsense.